Hey, man, I just tell the truth.
Come on, man.
And they don't like that.
Why, guys, that there's national defense information in the Jeffrey Epstein files. Now, let's get into the details with the whole Epstein debacle and why this is a problem, right? So let's deal with the facts. Let's deal with the straight up shit. We know, everybody knows at this point, that he was an asset of some kind for Israeli intelligence. Whether it's Mossad, Oman, Unit 8200, whatever, that's irrelevant. The point is that he was an asset for Israeli intelligence to some degree. Now, I want to make this very clear, guys. Being an asset for an intelligence agency doesn't mean that you work for said intelligence agency. This is something that a lot of people don't fucking understand, okay? Being an asset could simply be he passes information to a handler. It could simply be that he does XYZ where he gets this type of information for them. Maybe he makes an introduction. Maybe he is a person that puts people in certain situations so that, you know, people could tail him, okay? It doesn't mean that he has to collect a fucking check from the Mossad or from Unit 8200 or the IDF or Oman or any of this other shit. All he has to do is assist in some way, okay? That's all that it is with being an asset, okay? It could be something as simple as, hey, Prince Andrews, fuck this little girl, okay, this underage woman. We can pinch him if you want. Cool. We'll keep that in our back pocket in case we need leverage over England. Cool. That in itself is being an asset. Doesn't have to get a check from these niggas, nothing. All right? Now that we understand that it doesn't take much to be an asset, it kind of opens the door. What was he doing exactly? All right? I've described the scheme, but I'll summarize it real quick for you guys. What Epstein would do was he would use his girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, who was a socialite and knew a lot of powerful people, and get invited to these parties with powerful people. He'd bring a bunch of women there, okay? A guy named Jean-Luc Brunel, okay? French model scout would basically supply him with women from Victoria's Secret. How did he get these women? Because his backer, Les Wexner, Israeli billionaire, hardcore Zionist, okay, who owns Victoria's Secret and a bunch of other companies, billionaire, who was Epstein's backer, right? They'd have all these women. Now, once Jeffrey Epstein became the cool guy that always had girls and had social proof, because a lot of these, you know, political niggas are not as cool as, you know, they're just not that cool. They got a boring ass wife and shit. Their life sucks. Whatever. Epstein's a cool guy that has bitches. Once they got them interested, oh yeah, come hang out at my house in West Palm Beach. Oh, come out hang out at my house in New Mexico. Come to my house in Paris. Come to my fucking huge ass home in Manhattan. Right? Once he goes there, Epstein, who had been doing some work on the side, we had a bunch of high school girls giving tug and rubs to him and his buddies in West Palm Beach. This is how he got in trouble back in 2006. He had like a group of like 10 of these girls, by the way. He would fly them all over the fucking country. Interstate sometimes, interstate, and then obviously international. End up meeting these powerful people. Okay? And make no mistake about it, guys. The powerful person doesn't have to actually, you know, have sexual relations with the minor. Them just being in the room or getting a massage from them is bad enough. That's all Epstein needed is leverage. Okay? That's all he needed. Because at that point, and he had cameras in all of his fucking rooms. All right? So, all he needed was the footage or for the person to believe that there was a footage to have them compromised. Right? Now you can see why this would be a valuable tool for the Israelis. Okay? That's kind of what he did. That's the overall gist of his operation, how he did things, how he found the women, how Ghislaine Maxwell came in, Brunel and everything. It's more refined than that. I've done full episodes on this, but I don't want to go through all that shit because a lot of you guys probably know a lot of this stuff already, right? And if you don't, go back on my channel, watch my interviews with Ryan Dawson. We break this down in fucking detail, right? Ryan Dawson is probably one of the few people that has like the full Epstein list, knows everything. And by the way, the list's been out forever. FYI. All these people say, I want the client list. You're a retard, okay? Winnie Webb, Ryan Dawson, they've been talking about this shit. They've already identified a majority of the people that are on the list. The thing is that it's not the cool people that you want. It's a lot of fucking unknown billionaires, right? Zionist billionaires that nobody fucking knows. And that's how they want it, by the way. The list has been out forever. What people really want, okay, is what the fuck was Epstein doing and who was he reporting to? This, my friends, is what we're never gonna fucking get. And the reason why we're never going to get it is because, like I said before, since he worked for Israeli intelligence, I guarantee you there was also a component of American intelligence involved as well. Because we know that the Mossad and the CIA work very closely, even though that they fucking still steal information from us. Because we're retards, right? So, excuse me. So when it comes to, Epstein and Intel and everything else like that, what I guarantee Trump and his administration are relying upon and not declassifying, or why they don't want to declassify, is because there's probably what's called NDI in there, National Defense Information. Okay? And National Defense Information, guys, they don't have to release it. They don't have to declassify it. They don't have to release it on national defense grounds. And given the fact that Israel is one of our closest allies, right? That's what's going to be their justification. Now, the other thing that I also want to bring attention to is Pam Bondi. Right, as you guys know, the Attorney General is Pam Bondi, aka Pam Blondie. She's not really competent, and she spends more time looking good on Fox News than actually doing her job. Fine, but I do think that it's important for people to understand that as Attorney General of the Department of Justice, right, the FBI is underneath her. Okay, Kash Patel is her subordinate. Pam Bondi is Kash Patel's boss, and Dan Bongino's boss. Okay. But I also think it's important for you guys to understand that the FBI only has a sliver of the information on Jeffrey Epstein. Given the nature of who Jeffrey Epstein was and how he worked, and that he was a foreign intelligence asset, that automatically puts him in the main purview of who? The CIA. The CIA, guys, just so you understand, is the international intelligence arm of the United States intel community. The FBI is the domestic arm. So everything international is CIA. Everything domestic is the FBI. This is why they fight, okay? Because the FBI often has leads that have an international nexus, and the CIA often has leads that have a domestic nexus, and they don't want to fucking share. This is why they've had problems for 30 plus fucking years, and why we've had the issues that we've had, okay? But besides that beef, because that's not really important, I just need you guys to understand that though the FBI is culpable for this fuck up to a degree, they don't have everything, okay? They're obviously going to be running the criminal case, which is declassified. You guys can go ahead and look at that up because Ghislaine Maxwell actually went to trial. And they're also going to have a high side, right, which is going to have information as well, probably on his background and everything else like that, but that shit's classified, and they're not going to release that. But I think the agency that's really going to have everything is going to be the CIA. I'm also certain that the DIA, NSA, all the other intelligence components are going to have files on Epstein as well. But the agency that's going to have by far the most is going to be the CIA, given their nature that they are a foreign intelligence service combator. Okay? Now the real question you guys are probably wondering is, well, Myron, who is most responsible here? Well, a lot of you guys are probably not going to like what I have to say here. But here's the real bombshell. The person really that is the most responsible, and I think should be really getting the most beat up on this shit, is Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah, I fucking said it. Pam Bondi, retard. Doesn't understand how the federal system works. She's head of the DOJ. DOJ, guys, has unlimited access to the intel community. The only agency in the DOJ that's an active member of the IC is the FBI. But the FBI is just one part of the pie. Okay? If you really want to know what the fuck is going on with Epstein and all his contacts and what the fuck he was doing, it's going to be with Tulsi Gabbard. Obviously, Donald Trump is the one that makes the final decisions, etc. Of course, Trump is a retard for not releasing it. But what I am saying is that Tulsi Gabbard is going to have everything. Why? Because Tulsi Gabbard, as the director of national intelligence, guess what her job is? She oversees all of the intel community. They all report to her. Everybody. There's none of this bureaucracy bullshit about, I got to hide information because, no, nigga, you got to give her everything. And she is the one that briefs the president directly. Okay? So look, Pam Bondi is a retard. But the person that really has everything, it's going to be Tulsi Gabbard, chat, for what you guys want. Because it's not really about the client list. The client list has been out. Okay? If you don't got the client list at this point, you're just a fucking retard. The problem is that people don't like what's on the client list because it's not high profile enough. Sorry, guys. Most billionaires are low-key niggas that don't give a shit about clout like that. Okay? These perverts, they're no names. But what a lot of you guys really want to know is who the fuck did he work for? How was he collecting money? Who was he collecting information for? Why was he collecting it? How was he doing it, etc. That's what you guys really want. Okay? And the person that's going to have all of it is Tulsi fucking Gabbard. All right? It's not going to be Pam Bondi. Hell, Pam Bondi might not even have a full clearances yet at this point. She might have like a bullshit TSSCI, but I know Gabbard has everything. Okay? Because of, Gabbard has a Q clearance. she has a Q, she's got a Yankee White House, she's got all the clearances. Because of the nature of what she does. Because guys, keep in mind, Tulsi Gabbard gets all the information, then she briefs the president. You guys understand that? He doesn't know what's going on with the intel community until he talks to her. Okay? So realistically speaking, because I need you guys to understand that the president, especially Donald Trump, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Donald Trump is kind of out to lunch. All right, guys, I need y'all to really, really understand this shit. Like, a lot of you guys think that he's sitting there in the Oval Office like all day, like, yes, I need to work. I need to get shit done. Bro, the guy has a huge cabinet and a huge staff. They do most of the work. Be honest with y'all, Susie Wiles really runs shit. She controls everyone that has access to Donald Trump. She's like his right-hand person, all right? Susie Wiles, chief of staff. A lot of y'all don't know who she is, and that's by design, by the way. Okay? But Donald Trump, the way he does things is, let me take you guys through what Donald Trump does, because I think you guys need to understand like how he kind of runs shit. He's a very different type of president, okay? He wakes up, guy sleeps on like 5 hours, watches the news. Fox News, of course, right? He hates all the other news. Watches Fox News, watches Hannity, watches his friends over there at Fox, whatever. Right? Trump loves Fox News. How do you think Bongino and Hegseth and all these other guys got cabinet positions? Right? So, he prefers to kind of have people do things, and he's the president. Like, yo, you don't have like all day, whatever. So instead of him actually reading the intel brief, he just has his intel person just come and brief him on everything and just give him the bullet points. He wants it quick, right? He doesn't want to sit there all day like, right? So Tulsi Gabbard is effectively the bridge between Donald Trump and the intel community. And also keep in mind, guys, Donald Trump doesn't like the intel community. He doesn't like them. He doesn't trust them, and he doesn't like them. Did you guys forget about the laptop and the Russiagate? You guys forget about that? And then the Hunter Biden laptop, the 31 officials or 51 officials, excuse me, that signed off on it. Remember that? Yeah. Trump doesn't like the intel community at all. So he always likes to keep a nice little healthy distance from himself in the intel community. So Tulsi Gabbard is the one that reports everything to him. Okay? I guarantee y'all, there was something there that he said, nah, we can't release this shit. But Tulsi's going to know everything. And I find it interesting that no one ever talks about that. But again, I don't expect y'all to know this because a lot of you guys don't work, obviously you don't work for the government, you don't have a clearance, you don't understand this shit. But anyone that's worked for the government knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Tulsi Gabbard is going to know what's going on in the intel community more than the fucking president. Why? Because she gets the information first, and then she's the one that briefs the fucking president. All right? And Donald Trump knowing the way that knowing the way that he does things, unless it's extremely important, bro, he don't want to hear it. And then if you do talk to him and you get his attention to talk about shit, he wants it quick. He wants it quick. Right? He's kind of chilling, man. That's why a lot of his things like the tariff situation, implementation is kind of half-assed, whatever. Hey, man, nigga just want to golf, fuck some bitches, I don't know. Like, hang out with Wickoff. Guys, remember, Trump is in his 70s, man. And maybe 80 now. He might be in his 80s at this point. Might be in his 80s. You know? So, you know, he's doing this shit for free. Don't forget, guys, he's not getting paid for this. He's not getting paid. He doesn't take a salary. Right? I'm just being real with y'all, man. Like, nigga's not getting paid. He's got all this stress. Right? Niggas trying to kill him in Pennsylvania. And then some other weirdo tried to kill him while he was golfing in Florida. Right? It's like, damn, okay. Fuck. I have my cabinet members do everything. Why do you guys think you put in all these loyalists? Right? Now, he has a better team around him where they could get the shit done for him and he could trust them to do what they need to do. And then he's just out to lunch, man. I'd be shocked if Trump like does more than like 3 to 4 hours of like real work a day, bro. Most of the time he's tweeting, talking to the press, you're fake news, right? Making fun of CNN saying that they suck. ABC's trash. Funny shit. Hey, I like it. It's entertaining. But he's a very unorthodox president. All right, I think you guys need to know like what the fuck is really going on behind the scenes and how he does shit. Okay? So yeah. But yeah, the whole Epstein thing, man. You guys, I hope that all makes sense to you guys. Give me ones if that makes sense. I know I went into real detail there as to why they're not going to declassify, what that information more than likely is going to be in there. You know, why the FBI is not going to have everything, why Bongino wants to step down, all this shit. Give me ones if that all makes sense, chat. And some of you guys might disagree with me. That's fine. But the real person that knows everything is Tulsi Gabbard, chat. And you guys could take that one to the bank. Obviously, she can only do what Trump tells her to do, but she knows everything. She knows everything. All right. Let me read some of these chats. Myron, do you share Zerka's view on flat Earth? Also, would you consider looking into Antarctica and why the Antarctica treaties in 1959 restrict access to most of the land for civilians while many nations can make peace and have basic operations there? Maybe a taboo topic like the World War II podcast. Bro, I'll be honest with you, man. Flat Earth, did we land on the moon? I think those are all low IQ conspiracy theories. Right? I think like it. Look, man. Conspiracy theories that they don't ban you for talking about don't matter. All right, there's a reason why Rogan has been talking about flat Earth and the moon landing for decades and never got in trouble for that shit, bro. Nobody gives a fuck. It doesn't matter. I genuinely think, like, I don't even get into the flat Earth and the moon shit. Like, that doesn't. I think there's more important shit to worry about, like how our country's occupied, right? I consider that like normie conspiracy theories. But yeah. Not making fun of you for looking into it. I mean, that's fine. Look into it if you want, right? If you got extra time and you enjoy that shit, that's fine. But for me, bro, I'm not going to waste my time researching stupid shit like that, in my opinion. With all due respect. I think that shit is retarded. I think there's just other better shit to research when it comes to conspiracy theories. Like, for example, like what the fuck we got going on with our occupied government over like Antarctica and the moon landing and flat Earth and shit like that. You know, so... You know, I don't really have a strong position on any of that stuff because I don't research it. But if you do, then that's great for you. But I think that we have more pressing stuff. Okay. Curtis Line, why so late, Martin? Bro, I was traveling today. Kane says, thanks for answering my 20%. I'm not Jew, I'm mixed. By the way, just nobody ever answers my opposing questions. I think we need more guys like you, not less. Do you plan on doing your table in New York? I would love to debate you, bro. I respect your content a lot, man. Much love. I don't know if I'm going to do a table in New York anytime soon, but I'll be doing tables on the college campuses. Kanye's World War III is the best intro music by far. Definitely should be a staple. Also, our Myron Gaines X streams no longer on Castle Club. No, man, I'm doing them here on OSS, and that's just to kind of like keep from congesting you guys on the Castle Club, and keeping it separate because let's be honest, guys. I talk about crazy shit over here. I'm trying not to fucking fuck fresh this shit up. So yeah. Buy to join OSS, the promo for 1 month expired already, right? Yeah. Yeah, so jump in, niggas, $10. Show love to the squad. Kumo DTV. Daily Mail article about Ghislaine Maxwell trying to testify for Congress. There's no video, FYI. Jeffrey Epstein. That'd be interesting. That video of Kyle simping was insane. Yeah, actually, no, let me show y'all niggas this shit, bro. Dude, I saw this shit. I was like, bro, we're cooked. We are fucking cooked, man. Bro, I need to be, I need to become the fear. I need to become the fear of America. I would fix this country, bro. Give me 2 years, I'd fix this shit, bro. Honestly. This shit is starting to get ridiculous now. And these 4 niggas that come here and simp on social media, I'd send them back. Bro, I would literally, next time Kyle comes to America, I'd have the border protection officers pull that nigga to the side and be like, look, bro, look, nigga, right? Just straight up. Hey, you do that sipping shit again, nigga, you will never be allowed in this fucking country. All right? You do that sipping shit one more time, nigga, we are sending you back. You go to fucking Israel from Canada and kiss the wall over there. You cannot simp like that on camera. You got too many fucking kids that watch you. What the fuck is wrong with you? That's what I would do.